Welcome to Midnight Murmurs, the channel where the darkest stories come to life. In this episode, we'll take a dive into the world of the Dream Warriors as they face off against the Sandman in an epic battle of wills. You won't want to miss the thrills and chills as the fate of the dream world hangs in the balance. So, like and subscribe to Midnight Murmurs and join us on this terrifying journey. The air was thick with tension as the Dream Warriors faced off against the Sandman, their powers crackling in the air like static electricity. The Sandman sneered, his eyes glinting with malevolent pleasure as he raised his arms, summoning a barrage of curses and illusions to assail the warriors. The Dream Warriors stood their ground, their eyes blazing with determination as they unleashed their own magic in retaliation. Each warrior had their own unique power, and together they formed a formidable force that was more than a match for the Sandman. As the two sides clashed, the air was filled with a dazzling array of colors and lights, as spells and curses flew back and forth between the combatants. The Sandman was a formidable opponent, and his powers were dark and twisted, but the Dream Warriors were able to hold their own, their combined strength and willpower allowing them to deflect even the most powerful attacks. The battle raged on, the combatants circling each other warily, each waiting for an opening in the other's defenses. The air was thick with the smell of ozone and magic, and the ground shook beneath their feet with the force of their attacks. Despite the ferocity of the battle, the Dream Warriors refused to give up. They fought with every ounce of their strength, determined to protect the dream world from the Sandman's evil grasp. And in the end, it was their bravery and determination that allowed them to emerge victorious from the final showdown. As the Dream Warriors continued to hold their ground against the Sandman, he began to realize that brute force alone would not be enough to defeat them. His magic powers were powerful, but he knew he needed something more to break the will of the Dream Warriors. With a sinister grin, the Sandman began to delve into the deepest fears and doubts of each of the Dream Warriors. He conjured up horrific illusions and whispered doubts into their ears, hoping to weaken their resolve and make them give up the fight. But the Dream Warriors remained steadfast, their faith in their own abilities and each other remaining unbroken. The Sandman then turned to his most powerful weapon, the ability to manipulate dreams. He began to create twisted, nightmare scenarios in the minds of the Dream Warriors, each one more terrifying than the last. But the Dream Warriors refused to back down. They remembered their training and worked together to overcome the Sandman's illusions. As the Sandman realized that his attempts to break the Dream Warriors had failed, he became more desperate. He began to hurl curses and dark magic at the Dream Warriors, but they stood strong. With each passing moment, the tide of the battle began to turn in favor of the Dream Warriors. The tension in the dream world was palpable as the Dream Warriors prepared for their final showdown against the Sandman. They knew that this was the moment that would decide the fate of their world, and they were ready to give it everything they had. With their magic powers at their fullest, the Dream Warriors launched a relentless assault against the Sandman, striking him with all their might. The air was filled with a kaleidoscope of colors as their spells collided with the wizard's curses and illusions, creating an otherworldly scene that could only be imagined in a dream. Despite the Sandman's best efforts to defend himself, he was no match for the strength and determination of the Dream Warriors. They continued to pour all their energy and magic into the attack, never letting up for even a moment. With every strike, the Sandman grew weaker and weaker until he was finally overwhelmed and defeated. The Dream Warriors let out a collective sigh of relief as they realized that their world was safe once again. They had achieved what many thought was impossible, and they had done it together. The bonds they had formed through their trials and tribulations had only grown stronger, and they knew that they would always be there for each other, no matter what the future held. As they looked out into the dream world, the Dream Warriors knew that they had made a difference. They had stood up to the Sandman and showed him that their world was worth fighting for. And as they basked in their victory, they knew that they had cemented their place as true heroes in the dream world's history. The conclusion of this story is a powerful reminder of the importance of determination and perseverance in the face of adversity. The Dream Warriors, with all their unique strengths and weaknesses, came together to defeat the Sandman and save their world. They refused to be defeated by his tricks and illusions, and instead used their own powers to fight back with all their might. Their victory shows us that no matter how powerful our enemies may seem, we always have the strength to fight back and overcome them. This applies to both the physical and emotional battles that we face in our own lives. Whether it's a challenging job, a difficult relationship, or a personal struggle, we have the power to push through and come out on top. Moreover, this story teaches us that we can achieve great things by staying true to ourselves and our values. The Dream Warriors were able to harness their own unique strengths and work together towards a common goal. This is a powerful reminder that we all have something special to offer, and that we can accomplish great things by embracing our individuality and working together. In conclusion, the story of the Dream Warriors is an inspiring tale of courage, determination, and the power of teamwork. It reminds us that no matter how challenging our struggles may be, we always have the power to overcome them and achieve our dreams. So, let us take the lessons learned from this story and apply them to our own lives as we continue to push forward towards a brighter future. Remember to stay true to yourself, work hard, and never give up.